Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Wednesday, June 19th, 2013. All right, the big announcement for today is going to be the Federal Open Market Committee meeting announcement at 2 p.m. this afternoon. In other words, is the QE, which is basically stimulus, I guess you could call it, for the U.S. economy. Is that going to continue? Are we going to continue the $85 billion a month that Bernanke is printing? And are interest rates going to remain steady where they are, which is, there aren't any for the Fed loan rate. So is that going to continue? Well, that's the question of the day, I guess you could say. Okay, so let's jump over and take a look at pre-market. We're looking at a slightly up open this morning. There probably won't be much movement at first until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Then there may be some movement. That's just a guess, though. I have no idea if that is correct or not. We're looking at oil sitting at $99 a barrel. That's approaching 100. We just talked about 100 being the psychological resistance point, and we hope it is actually. Gold is still well below $1,400, and the Nikkei actually was flat when I looked at it before, but right now it's up only 5 and really hasn't done much over the last couple of days. Okay, let's take a look at our account. A little concerned about this Amazon. It's going to expire this Friday. I haven't gotten out of it because it just keeps marching up. And is it going to make it? We'll check on it when we do the scan. The other one that I have a concern about, of course, is LinkedIn. Everything else is pretty much marching along as expected, not of any concern in reality. I like this Google, though. That's a nice one. So yesterday we had the alert trigger on GLD, and we jumped in on that one. And we collected 43 cents, and I made the spread, because it's only a $1 spread on the options, I made the spread $3, which is sort of a sweet spot, I guess you could say, that I've found in over the past, not on this one in particular, but in general, when you have a $1 spread. You don't want to do a credit spread at only $1 because you're not collecting a whole heck of a lot, and your transaction fees are going to be kind of high. So it seems, and if you check my blog, you'll find a post about it. It seems as though $3 is the sweet spot, and I'll go back and take a look and find out what the link is for that post where I wrote about it, and I'll put it in my notes for today's video. Okay, so pretty much everything else is okay. We got the insurance policy down here, and these Qs are going to drop off over the weekend, so I won't be looking at that anymore. We'll take our loss on that old insurance policy. All right. Moving right along, let's take a look. We'll jump into the scan right now. Here's our trading plan. Make sure before you look for candidates, whatever plan you have, if it's this one or your own, that you read it over and reinforce it each time. Alright, we already have our A+ list up, and we are going to jump right into it without any further ado. We'll see if Apple has changed from its Yeah, it's not doing anything. I used to kind of like to day trade this, and I can't even day trade this anymore. This just is not doing anything. All right. Amazon. We wanted to look at that one a little bit more closely at our iron condor. Doesn't look threatening right now, but from a actual delta on the trade perspective, we're at like 32, I think. Is that correct? Yeah, they're actually at 33. Shouldn't be real excited about that. We'll see how it works today. I am going to put an alert on this though, and this will be a possible bail alert. Not seeing anything from a directional perspective. This may have been sort of a secondary entry, but I need another retrace here to confirm this uptrend. Retrace and a hook. Retrace on price, and a hook on the stochastic. Everything else is looking nicely positive or bullish on Amazon right now. Baidu. Canceled an alert yesterday on Baidu. We're still in a bit of a confusion thing going on here. Still waiting for a possible hook. I'll just move this one over to here and see what happens if we get a hook. We're not getting too much confirmation off of this. We got MACD, both of them moving down on the daily, and the short term on the weekly moving down. We can get rid of this. So not looking real good on that for any directional. It's looking a little weak. Celgene. We're still in this July bear call, and I expect this moving average to roll over in the next couple of days to confirm our bear call. Looking pretty weak overall, and this trend line here is holding at this time. So nothing new in Celgene and no entry opportunities. The CF, we had a couple of targets here, so it looks like as though that was a nice move yesterday on CF. So we're looking for a couple of opportunities on that, but they have not developed yet at this time. Chipotle. Alright, our bull put is working out very well so far. Almost a secondary entry here, but if we're doing anything at this 45 level, I would like to see both move below it before I do anything. We'll take this out. So nothing on Chipotle at this time. GLD we got in it yesterday. And I need to change that. Change it to white. I forgot to change it. I didn't get back to it. That was 618 we got into it, and it was a 138, 141. Oh, wrong way. So that is a July Beck, and we collected 43 cents on that. So now we're good to go, and it's for real. So now it's a real trade going on here. We'll take that one out, and we hit our bullseye here. We got hooked down on the MACD here and really no momentum, so it's hopefully the momentum stays below zero or starts to move down, and actually we have a little red one here. So that's looking good. Google. I'll take this one, delete that one. July, we're in on this one. This one's looking good. Made a nice move after we jumped in on this the other day. So we're liking that one pretty good. Everything's looking up momentum wise. Momentum up, up, up. So Google is up, up, and up. Nothing but ups on Google right now. Goldman Sachs. Alright, we're, well, a perfect doji yesterday. That is perfect, but this is not a reversal signal because the doji would need to happen up here after a strong uptrend. And we're just not seeing that. What we're seeing here is somebody's letting the air out of the balloon on this one for momentum. So it's going to move sideways for a while. That's okay. If it moves sideways for a month, that would be good. No entries on this at this time. So we move along. LinkedIn. A little concerned about LinkedIn, although this is kind of a weak candle from a strong day in the market overall yesterday. So we'll see how this works out. No entries possibilities on this. And we have the trend just turned up right after we got into this trade, and we'll see if the trend turns down again. So this might actually end up being sort of a secondary entry, but we're just going to keep an eye on it. I am going to put an alert in here above the high from yesterday, and this is just a possible bail alert. Yeah, I want to stay above. All right. MasterCard. Am I? Yeah, I am in on MasterCard. It's like, I don't remember seeing it there. Okay, yeah. Sweet. That's all I can say. Sweet. Got in back here with a bull put. Sweet. No new entry showing up here. We'll look to see if we can get stochastic to come back down here, and we'll consider adding to it. Netflix. Well, that chart came up quick. Alright, we're in an uptrend here. Not a good sign. Weakness yesterday on a strong market day. Of course, we have this gap here. Makes us always a little bit nervous. We'll wait for stochastic to come down and hit one of these levels and hook back around. So be patient. Price line. Let's see here. Price line is now gaining some strength. We were talking about it looking kind of weak before during this consolidation period. So let's wait for another hook, either down to the 45 or down to the 20. So be patient on price line. PNRA. I wonder how Visa is going to look compared to MasterCard. Okay, we got a hook here on PNRA. It didn't give us a trigger, but we are going to throw one in on here, right here. Maybe that's a little bit too aggressive. Let's come down here. Looking at this chart, I can get it placed a little bit closer. Alright, so that is looking long term. No confirmation on the long term, actually. We are still in an uptrend though in the long term. But we're getting a nice move here on the short-term MACD on the daily. So that could be a good enough indicator. We'll see how it plays out during the day today. And last but not least, Visa. Visa, nice strong day yesterday as well. Like we were thinking about possibly getting in one of these days back here where it gapped up and then slid down the rest of the day. So just not seeing an entry opportunity. Be patient on Visa here. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.